3, 2, 1.
Coming to you from the Segovianos, this is our first edition, and Lucas's house. He was able to grace us, I should say, with us. So thank you very much. But I'll turn it over to Grigget now. How was your week? And I will preface it again. If you follow Grigget on Snapchat, you know that this past weekend he spent yet again with his ex-girlfriend, who apparently he cuts out of his life. But how was that?
Buddy. Weekend was good. It was a good time. Sego, how was your weekend?
It was chill. I don't really since my weeks are so hard, I don't really do much on the weekends. I just sleep. That's about
You do what
it.
you can. I mean, you're an athlete. You're a big time Division I athlete. But my weekend was good. But I did go down to the city. Clubs were wild. It's wild. But
Yeah, I still remember episode 13 ends with Grigget talking about how he's gonna go hit the bars. See him on Snapchat that night. Sure as shit, he's at the bars.
yeah, I mean, it was wild. But I'll tell you one thing that bothered me. Okay. We're in line, okay, and then we get to the front, we find out it's a $20 cover just to get in, okay.
That's
okay.
standard.
That's okay.
It's standard.
It is what it is. I pull out a
Standard.
20, my buddy pulls out a 20, my other buddy pulls out a 20, everyone's got 20s. Next thing you know, I'm like looking at the girls, they don't got money. I'm like, well, where's your guys' 20s? Oh, no, we don't need it. What? I'm like, what? Get a bouncer, I give him a 20, buddy gives him a 20, other buddy gives him a 20. Girls, go ahead. What? What? Women get to get into a bar without paying a cover? That seems a little sexist, should I say? I don't know.
Well, you're acting like it's news. It's not really news. Obviously, these places want to have women, but I agree. I mean, it's the Me Too movement. We're fighting for equal rights. They're like, oh, we want all the same, like the equality, when I feel like they already have majority of it. But they're like, we don't want to pay to get in the bar. Like, we can just like walk on in. And that's
Well,
how it's supposed to
okay,
be.
if you're hot enough to where you can get a free drink, I get that. Okay, you're hot, you're very good looking. Guys want to buy you drinks.
Play your
Get that.
strengths, people.
All right,
Play your strengths.
Play your strength. I get that.
Not gonna hate the game.
But if you can't, come on. Everyone should have to. We should all have to be paid the same amount to get in. Boy, girl, I don't care. I mean,
And this also leads back into like an attractive guy and like an ugly guy from apart.
Right.
We all know it. So what, are we gonna let the attractive guys in now for free?
well,
You guys want equal rights so bad? Should we do that?
it's just like, okay, women, they want to make the same amount of money as us. Fine. But then you don't want to pay to get in the bar. I mean, it's like, how does that add up?
It's unfair. It's unfair. But they get it so much worse. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. But we get free drinks and we get a free night in the town and we get to go wherever we want.
Well, it's like,
but
and
it's so
too,
horrible.
If we take them to dinner, I mean, have you ever like gone to dinner with a girl and she picks up the tab? I mean, has that ever happened?
I was about to say, with your two ex-girlfriends, how many times did they pay?
Zero.
If I am invested in you at all, like, we don't have to be dating. If I just have a thing for you,
Oh yeah, you're not paying.
I'm paying for it. Maybe that's a pride thing for guys. It might be a pride thing. Maybe it's a pride
I
thing.
think it's different though, especially as like a high school kid or a college kid and you don't have money. That's one thing, but like when you're out of school, it makes sense because you're making money. Like, you can cover the girl, but like everyone's broke in high school and college. Like, I think the girl should cover half the time at least.
Well, you should just cover for what you ate or what you drank. Like, again, if we go to dinner and I order an appetizer for myself and I order like a sirloin steak and she orders a salad, I should pay 85% for that meal. That's fine. If you order appetizers and we order the same goddamn thing to eat and then I have to pay 100%, and that's frustrating for my end.
Well,
I'm expecting something at home, if you know what I'm saying.
I think women take advantage of that though, like big time.
Duh.
Like, women know all these things and they just abuse the shit out of it. Which, I mean, hey, like if I was a woman, I'd probably do the same thing though.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I would.
Yeah, that's sad. This is a sad topic.
Yeah, I'm in my feels now, but
Wow. And we're all guys. I think we're all three of us are guys who we did say like we want our wives to be stay at home mothers. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
granted,
it's never something.
I want them to work. I want my wife to work. You know, I don't want her to, don't ever work, sweetie. No, I mean, if she wants to work, 5-10 years, you work till you get bored, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of
then come home.
women do get stir crazy sometimes though. Like if you have them as like a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, you don't
for
probably
a
want them
while,
to stay at home from day one. No.
Yeah, they're gonna get kind of.
No, I mean, you could let them make their own short. Like, let
Right.
them do what they're going to do. If they want to work, they can work. If they don't want to, they don't want to. I mean, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite now because I just went on that spiel, but I don't know. I'm probably going to want my wife to be a stay-at-home at least the majority of the time when our kids are growing up. I don't know. I think that's.
Yeah, I mean,
It's going to come across as sexist. Oh, boo, freaking who? I'm not being sexist. I think that's good for the kids. Sorry.
no, yeah.
Would you make a good stay-at-home dad?
I would actually, if and I have no problem admitting that as well. If my wife's a CEO for a Fortune 500 company and I have to be Mr. Mom, I will take that on. I will be great at making sandwiches. I will be great at cooking a breakfast. I actually become very, very good at cooking a solid meal. I will send them out the door. That will be fine. I will do that so awesomely.
Diapers?
Jay
I
Cutler.
actually-
Jay Cutler's now a stay-at-home dad.
No,
Have you seen the show?
I'd appreciate if you let me do the transitions.
Well, I know, but I saw a moment. I saw an opportunity. Listen, I know
He's
I
not
know
a
the schedule.
stay-at-home dad.
Well, yeah, at this point of his career,
Yeah,
yeah, he
okay,
is.
yeah,
Him
but
and his Dior Dale.
Well, yeah, but in 5 years he made over 100 million. In his NFL career, he's made over 140 million. He's not a stay-at-home dad.
Well, hey, how about though? So the show, I watch Very Cavallari on the E Network. Have you seen any?
Let's just call E out right now. E, you guys are putting out a good product between the Kardashians, between the
Yeah.
Cavallaris. You guys know what you're doing. Keep
You
it
do.
up. E News, even E News. They actually have a smoke show that does their E News stuff. I forget her name. It's gonna kill me right now. I have a huge crush on her. She's actually one of my biggest celebrity crushes. We'll drop the name. I'll tell Sego the name afterwards. We'll flash the name what I'm talking about right now. Shout out to you. So, but back to Jay. I mean, Jay.
Well, it's funny how he made all this money. He's now enjoying his time at home, and it's like his wife, Kristen Cavallari, who's so sexy, is pushing him to like, honey, why don't you just get back to work? Like, how about no, sweetie pie? How about no?
Yeah, how about I've earned over 140 million and I'm not even 40 yet.
Right.
So how about I can? Oh yeah, I can do whatever I want. I'm sitting on.
Isn't it crazy though? He earned over 140 and he wasn't that good at all.
Whoa,
That's-
whoa,
Backtrack that.
Cuddy.
Here's my take on Jay Cutler.
He doesn't get hurt in that
we'll
NFC
get-
Championship game. The Bears.
We'll
win
get
that
back
game.
to like
It's
the
not
whole
even a
stay-at-home
debate.
dad. I think he was one of the most talented quarterback, like arm wise.
yes.
He could move in the pocket. He didn't have it mentally. It was a whole issue in the locker room. I was just never a fan of Jay Cutler.
When they gave him Brandon Marshall and we had Matt Forte, what happens? Like we were one of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah.
He got screwed over because he came in the wrong time. Because
He did have bad coaches too.
bad coaches, but had he come and let's say he comes in 07 and 08, we get Urlacher for another couple years, we get Lance Briggs for another couple years, we get Peanut Tillman for another couple years. That's a totally different
God, you're
ballgame.
bringing back some of my favorite Bears, man. Tommy Harris,
I know you're going to mention him.
Tank Johnson, Chris Brown. I mean, these are
Not Chris
legends.
Brown, Alex Brown.
No. Wait, who's our say? Mike
Chris Ha-
Brown.
Mike Brown and Chris Harris.
When was Thomas Jones?
Thomas Jones is
Oh,
05, 06.
CB, Cedric
was-
Benson. Oh, that's a dog right there.
He's a bruiser.
CB.
And as we record, I'm getting a call from Sandy. Sandra, I acknowledge your call. I'm going to have to put you on the on the sound.
Nothing
Sorry.
personal, but
Just a podcast. So back to what we were talking about. If Jay Cutler comes to the Bears in 08 or 09, they probably make the playoffs very much consistently because you keep Urlacher longer, you keep a strong defensive core together. He came in, I think he was traded in 2010. Urlacher was out the door in 2012.
11 or 12.
Like he's only there for 2 years, and obviously his last year wasn't as good as his career was. You give him a solid defense. I mean, it wasn't obviously he had that crazy year where he threw a lot of interceptions. Besides that one bad year, he was an above-average quarterback when it came to.
for every year of his career, he was an above-average quarterback.
And we're not saying that he's a top 8 or top 10 even, but he was in that. He fluttered between 9 and 14, or 9 and 13.
I think the thing that pisses Bears fans off is
his attitude.
well, that and he was never elite, and he had elite skills,
That's what I was. Yeah, I
He
think
He had
it
an
goes
elite
like-
arm. He had elite skills. He had
Elite.
elite footwork.
Elite money was the big.
Just
That's
stu-
why people hate Jason Hayward right now. Jason Hayward is having a phenomenal year, and yet he's still one of the least liked Cubs. It's because he's making over $23 million. He signed for 7 years, and
Well, right now I would not say. Right now I would not say he's one of the
No.
least heated Cubs.
I think he is. Unfortunately,
Well, I
think he still
disagree
is.
with that.
No, you can disagree, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I still think he is. People remember the bad more than the good, and the good that Jason Hayward's been on has only been about 2 months. Ever since he came back from the DL, he's been raking. It's been about 2 months, which for sure I acknowledge that he's playing awesome. He's batting third in our lineup. He's doing great. However, that does not excuse that he had 2 bad years, and then he also had a horrible start to the season. Cubs fans are going to remember that way more than they're going to remember the bright side.
If we win a World Series this year, and he goes, if we win a World Series this year, which I think we have an opportunity to, if we bring in a certain somebody, but
All right,
well,
yeah.
save that for later.
No, we're going to bring it in right now. Since we're already there, Grigget has had a chance to throw on his GM hat when we when we talk about NBA, but he's also if he wanted to, he could be a general manager in the MLB. So
Well,
throw on
and
your
the-
GM,
I could be,
What-
I could
what
be a general
sport-
manager.
What
in 3
sport could he
sports.
not do?
just hockey,
hockey.
and soccer. But that's
You could-
Hockey and soccer.
NFL?
I could do NFL. I could do MLB, and I could be and do NBA. But
so we're going to go to the MLB.
I would need unbelievable
Throw in your
analytics guys
watch
for money
this.
and
Watch
all
this. Throw in your GM cap, since it's a baseball cap. See what I did there? Throw in your GM cap, and hey, whenever we talk NFL, I'm gonna say throw in your GM helmet. That's what I'm gonna do from
Fine.
now on. That's a new thing I just developed. So the GM cap, throw it on. What do the Cubs need to do at the deadline in order to, first off, just secure their playoff spot, but also make it seem like they're the odds-on favorite to win the NL and also like a good chance to win win the World Series. Like, what do they need to do at the deadline?
Well, here's what you do. There's a pitcher that's on the New York Mets. His name is Jacob deGrom. If you haven't heard of him, start to, because he's
You're
going to
probably
win.
not a baseball fan if you
He's-
haven't heard of him. He's won a Cy Young.
He's going to probably
And
win
he
it this
plays
year.
in New York.
So here's what I would do if I was the Chicago Cubs. Obviously, the news of Manny Machado is devastating. I mean, the Dodgers right now, I think it is right now, if we don't get him, it's not the end of the world. I do think it's a toss-up between us and the Dodgers.
It's a slugfest with the Dodgers.
But I got news for you. The Dodgers are a problem, and they do have a better bullpen than us. Whether you want to accept that or not, it is what it is. So here's what I would do. I would go get Jacob deGrom. I would give them, here's the package. I would give them 3 to 4 of our players, and I would give them Ian Happ, Mike Montgomery, Addison Russell, and if need be, we could throw in a Victor Caratini, or if push comes to shove, which I don't want to do this, we would have to throw in a David Bodie, who I don't want to see go, but if we had to. And then you bring in deGrom, and you're looking at Lester, deGrom, or deGrom, Lester,
Lester DeGrom.
Hendricks,
Nope.
and if Darvish can give you something, God, Quintana's probably not on that roster,
Yeah, that's the
on that in the pitching rotation in the playoffs.
that's what's frustrating about the Cubs is they're sitting on 3 guys that have potential to be realistically, you and Quintana could be the number 1 guy in a lot of rotations when they're on their game. And Chatwood has the stuff of like one of the best number 2s, and they're all pitching just horribly. If we could just get one of those guys to click, because I think we all believe that Hendricks is going to find his way,
Yes.
find his groove.
It's just fundamental stuff with him. But that outing in San Francisco where he goes 9 innings, we lose. But, I mean, he gives up 1 run off an error that should have never happened. Rizzo and Baez got very lazy. I mean, Rizzo made 2 errors in 1 inning. That should never happen. But
That's never. So you're sitting on Quintana, you're sitting on Darvish, and you're sitting on Chatwood. That all the capability of going out and realistically throwing like 8 scoreless, and yet none of them are doing it. And yet the Cubs still find themselves in first place. We go out and grab a deGrom. One of those guys hits their stride. You only go with a 4-man rotation in the playoffs. You're looking at a very, very solid core, and then you couple it with a lineup that's getting healthy, that's leading the NL in every statistical category when it comes to on-base percentage, batting average, runs per game, and that they lead the NL and all of that. So
all you would have to do, too, you just shift Javi from second to Javi's your shortstop of the future.
this is
Boom.
if Addison Russell's traded for DeGrom.
Right, if
just
we
prefacing
lose
that.
Addison Russell, All you do is you shift Javi to short. Then you got Brian at third, Javi at short. You got Zobrist is a switch hitter. He's a
Zobrist-
switch hitter.
Yep. Zobrist or Hap could play second.
No, Hap's gone. He's in the deal.
Oh, you threw him in the deal. Gotcha.
And so
Forgot
you
about
got
that.
you got really 3 second basemen. You got Zobrist, you got David Bodie, who I love, who could play second, and then you also have a guy by the name of Tommy LaStella who could play second base, and then you got Rizzo at first.
Yeah, I don't know why. When you say David Bodie, I just think of David Bowie.
Yeah,
I was
R.I.P.
sure
Such a
same
great artist.
Yeah. He died? Is he
Yeah.
dead?
Oh
He's dead?
yeah.
Yeah.
Long gone? R.I.P. Wow, that took a sad turn.
Wait, did David Bowie sing the song "Do You Believe in Miracles"? Was that him?
Nah.
No, that's not him. No,
I've never heard that.
"Wake Me Up Before You Go," classic by David Bowie. Correct? Is that him?
I don't think it was either of those.
No, I think "Wake Me Up Before You Go" is
we'll,
David Bowie.
we'll check at the end.
We'll check it. If not, I apologize, but he's definitely got.
Sandy, I
Right, you
understand you're
can't be-
trying to call.
Sandy.
We're about 15 minutes in this podcast. I always answer. I can't answer right now. Can you please stop? Stop it. Please. Unbelievable. I love you, Sandy. God, it put through a wrench in the system, but I'm super excited because
it was not by David Bowie.
I knew none
What's
of
his
those songs.
What's
were
his
by-
top song? What's David Bowie's top songs? Changes.
Oh my God.
Here, I'll tell you in a second.
That's Tupac Shakur. Tupac sings Changes.
Space Oddity.
Space Odyssey.
Heroes.
Heroes.
I've heard that
David
one.
Bowie. Come on. I know he's
He
got.
was in that good.
Life on Mars.
He was in that good movie Moana. Actually, Moana was a really good animated film. You guys, I think both should see it. Have you seen it?
Don't worry about it, Sego.
David
I've already
Bowie
embarrassed
sings in that.
myself.
Yeah, every song you said.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
I haven't found.
By the
it.
way, that's a great song. I've been thinking about it. Do you believe in miracles? I love that song.
That's hysterical because you like that song and you're like, there's like a 5% chance that David Bowie sings it.
Yeah, I'll
Did
throw
he
it out
sing
there.
that?
Right.
Yeah, that's
It's called confidence.
no, it's not confidence. It's just you're hoping.
Ow.
It's a prayer, is what it was.
Stupidity.
Throw my artist GM hat. Tried to
Oh
create
my
something
God.
that wasn't
Artist Jam had. Stop
there. I
it.
don't know.
But yeah, no, this week was super exciting because the Bears have started training camp. Mitch Trubisky went 0 dark 10, so he's, I guess, off social media for this.
Isn't that what LeBron does?
Yeah, it's called 0 dark 30, but the reporter at Bourbonnais for the Bears called it 0 dark 10 because Mitch is number 10.
Bears are going to win the division.
Okay.
No, we actually had an argument about this in the locker room. I still have them taking third.
Yeah, I have my friends who are like, "Oh, I still don't know about Trubisky yet." Okay.
No, I like Mitch, but I don't see them beating either the Packers or the Vikings.
I know that the reason. All right, so there's a couple things you need to have for my scenario to work out. You need to believe in Mitch, and you need to believe in the offensive pieces with Tariq Cohen, with Jordan Howard, with Allen Robinson, with Taylor Gabriel, with what's his name coming off of
Trey
injury?
Burton, Kevin White,
Yeah,
I
Kevin
have
White.
so much
And
faith in Kevin White.
our new stud rookie, who I'm telling you about right now.
Guy out of Memphis. What's his name? I don't know. His name.
I said to draft him. Now I'm
Anthony
Miller.
So
Anthony
if
Miller.
you believe in that offense, then they are a better team than the Packers. The Packers' defense is not better
But
than the
the
Bears,
Packers
and
have-
the Packers have horrible weapons. I know
they don't have a
Aaron
better
Rodgers.
special
They
teams.
have
than
Aaron
us.
Rodgers.
They have
We
Aaron
have
Rodgers.
better special teams. We have better defense. We have a better receiving core.
We just
now,
don't have the same quarterback. That's
and
literally
but
the difference.
We don't know what we have. People, I'm telling you, I saw the flashes in the preseason that make me believe. I mean, we went run, pass every single drive of every single week last year once Mitch entered the lineup. It was run, pass.
It's like Big Ten football.
I
It's
mean,
terrible.
We knew what they were going to do, and they did it, and it didn't work. I
Is
mean,
that-
people,
is
the people that bash
That's not
Trubisky-
Mitch though. That's the coach.
No, it was the coaching. We had a
I-
god awful.
I
offensive
like
coach.
being run heavy though with our personnel, with those two backs.
But you
Well, we're
can't-
going to run it a lot.
Especially
so
with,
we're going to run it a lot.
with the
but
O-
you,
the
you
O
gotta
lineman
be
we added
You
from
gotta be
Iowa.
deceiving. You can't just. I
That's
mean,
fair.
when a defensive coordinator knows, okay, they're just going to run it, and then pass it on third down, flood the box. Okay, now sag off, cover two, lock, press corners, boom.
Yeah, no. I like Howard getting touches, and I like Tariq Cohen getting touches, but yeah, you gotta have variety. You have to have pass, run, pass, run, pass,
Do we
pass, run,
do we still have Kadeem Carey?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That
We
he's
have-
not going to see the field.
Yeah, I
No,
think we
I
have
was just curious.
But yeah,
something Cunningham.
I remember him. Yeah,
Something-
out of Arizona, right?
Yeah, he was a dog.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Actually,
Wait, whoa,
back to
whoa,
the-
whoa, whoa, whoa. He got Pac-12 Player of the Year 2 years in a row.
well, I think that was college, Sago.
Oh, I'm saying he was a dog.
In college?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said was, not is.
Who was his coach? Rodriguez, right? Probably.
I have no
think he
idea
was a
who the coach
Rodriguez
was.
guy. Remember from Rodriguez who coached at Michigan? Whatever.
Rich Rod. Yeah, Rich Rod. But back to Aaron Rodgers. It's just so typical. His girlfriend just did a really bad job hosting the ESPYs. If you tie yourself to Aaron Rodgers, you're probably going to do really bad at what you do. So, Danica Patrick, you were doomed from the start. You grew the sport of NASCAR somehow. You're a really attractive female.
Is she? I've never found Danica Patrick
real-
to be hot.
Not attractive.
Real quick,
You see all
shot.
those GoDaddy commercials?
Oh. Listen, you put some makeup on me, you put some fans blowing up on me, and then give me unbelievable picture quality on a camera. I may look like a supermodel myself. I think you could too, and I think Sego could too. Give us 15 pounds of makeup and fans blown in my face with the proper lighting. Yeah, we can all look hot. We can all do it.
I'm just saying that combo. Danica, now I'm forced to root against you is all I'm saying.
Well,
that's
yeah.
that's unfortunate
Obviously,
for you. Now,
we'll never root for anybody with
I'm
Rodgers.
not going to root for a crash. I won't mind a spin out. Sorry, that's just the God honest truth, and it's because of Aaron Rodgers. There's nothing that you've done. I just
No, yeah.
can't root for you ever. And
Speaking-
I would hate for
Speaking
your
on
tire
the
to blow,
ESPYs,
babe.
how did Aaron Rodgers leave Olivia Munn for Danica Patrick?
can't-
I thought his
yeah.
ex. Yeah, I thought Olivia Munn was hotter than Danica Patrick.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
Like
He could have been gay. There were no. You guys know those rumors.
I've heard him.
Maybe she found him cheating on her with a man, and he
I
was
get
like,
What if I
Breaking from the Two Jacks One Mic podcast. Aaron Rodgers gay? You tell me.
What about Odell Beckham Jr.?
Being gay?
no, he probably pulls ass.
Yeah, no, I think he's.
I don't know. There's conspiracy theories that
I've never heard one of those. Have you?
I've heard.
we've heard.
No,
Yeah,
I've
there's.
heard it. Yeah, no,
But whatever. We'll get past that. I mean,
no, he's not. He's a straight guy. I think he's. This is unbelievable. Sandy, stop it. Please, for the love of God, stop it. I'm gonna pick up. I know I
hey, past the Bears though. Let's get to the next thing.
okay. Well, obviously the Bears are reporting to their job, and the Bears, this is what they gotta do. And he's getting all excited in his seat. I guess you've noticed a trend that you want to bring up, that you wanted to mention, and so I'm gonna let you mention it.
We've noticed it too in St.
Wow.
Charles.
The Bears reporting to camp, reporting to their job. Speaking of jobs, the phenomenon of babysitting. These women who babysit.
It's a phenomenon.
Well, I mean, it's like, okay. I mean, I get jealous. I guess you could say I do get
Well, no,
jealous.
yeah,
I understand, like,
seeing these girls
there's-
laying at a pool, and then they're like, they rub it in your face. They're like this working, like
They're making $15 an hour, and the kids are just like sleeping on the couch. It's like,
Well, no, I think it's funny because, like, I get it. They're making money, but, like, I've heard girls say, like, oh, I got a new job. It's like, oh, yeah, what is it? It's like,
I'm
I'm,
a
I'm
nanny.
babysitting this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you didn't get a job. Like, you're just babysitting.
it's like, your mom's like tennis partner like has like a 5-year-old at home, and oh my God, they'll be gone for the weekend. All of a sudden they're spending like 48 hours in this house, just sleeping in an amazing place, food paid for, and they get to walk out like $500. Oh my God, I got a new job.
How about when they go? How about like I'll FaceTime them? I'll FaceTime abroad, and then she'll be like this: oh, I can't answer. I'm working. Well, what are you doing? I'm watching the kids. What? You're watching the kid? I did. That's why you couldn't answer the phone.
Talk about sexism. Would a family ever hire a male to be their babysitter?
God no.
Never.
God, no.
Never,
I've been asked, but just my neighbors.
Right, and they like
family friends.
I mean,
Sagar, are you kidding? No, I'm kidding.
I'm straight.
Yeah. He not going to go there. No, but we talk about just like,
Hey, like
You'll
we
never-
said though, it is free cash. You just lay there and do nothing.
yes, we're not hating on it. We're just
No.
extremely
Jealous.
jealous.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. And
I wish I
got
could do
unplugged.
it. I
got
would
unplugged
like to
just
be a
now.
nanny. If You're looking higher. I would love to be your children's nanny.
Terrible. We have a malfunction. I just unplugged my headset, and we're back.
I'm just devastated. I would love to be a babysitter. I would love to be a babysitter.
On the topic of babysitting, I could only imagine Grigga being a babysitter.
Yeah.
Imagine him dealing with three-year-old kids.
Some would say it's probably not safe.
It's definitely not safe. He would, like, hey, guys, do this. And obviously the 4-year-old's like, no. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what it would go. He would swear so much in front of these kids. It would be so dangerous.
Why don't me and you step outside, little Paulie?
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to go to nap time? Oh, now you're asleep. That's weird. Oh, you're out. That's so funny how you just got put in a nap time. Anyone else want to talk back? Nope. Oh, great. See you in a few hours. How were the kids? They were great. Didn't make a peep. Oh my God. That's how it would go if Grigga was. I mean, that's how it would go if you were. Without a doubt, that's how it would go.
Oh God, they were great. They've never been better.
Oh, and then you're walking out the door and you look back like, see, that's what it's going to turn into. That's what I mean. You would get into a rivalry with a 5-year-old, and you would actually probably torment his brain. Like the parents are like, how was it that he's like, he's like he just went to war. Like,
did you see me goes against you walk out and you look at the 5-year-old?
It's a mental giant versus a 5-year-old.
Keep your mouth shut, little Johnny. Don't say one word, or this will be the last time you ever. Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I would never beat a child. I'm not Adrian Peterson. Oh God, that's terrible. I took a jab at AP. God,
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson
deserves it, though.
Speaking on running backs, LaShawn McCoy.
Oh
my God.
I hope that's not true. I actually was going through some my downtime. I won't say my downtime at work. I don't want to out myself, but I have downtime from here and there.
Wow.
And I do mock drafts of fantasy football. That's embarrassing. I said that out loud.
So you do full? Wait, do you do full 12 round?
No, good God, no. I do my first 3 picks, and if I like my team, just log off because I'm like, oh, I did my job. But I saw LaShawn McCoy still going like 16th overall in these fantasy drafts. So I'm thinking, is he gonna get cleared of charges? What's gonna happen with this?
First off, that's not like that's stuff we just do. We've done our whole life. Like he sits. Most people like on their downtime, they'll Snapchat or they'll go on Twitter. No, Jack's like, so let me pull out my phone. I'm gonna start doing mock drafts. I'm gonna start doing mock drafts.
I don't know. I have a good time doing it. I like.
So do I. It's the greatest thing in the world.
But still, like, it makes me think that there's something fishy going on. You feel like they would like remove his name in a way. Is what I'm saying.
Well, not until he's proven guilty.
I don't think he did it. I think he's innocent.
I kind of like LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't know. I have no side.
I hope he didn't.
I hope he didn't.
Right. If he did, well, our perception changes. He immediately goes into scumbag category. But we hope to God he didn't.
Yeah, again, like I hope he didn't. I'm not going to side with him. I'm not going to side with the wife. I'm not going to side with the girl that outed him because we don't know, and we're never going to know until it actually is proven.
By the way, how about that? How about the best friend like chiming in, like, okay, if he didn't do it and you chimed in, you made an Instagram post purposely trying to ruin somebody's life, to the screw with you. And I believe if you're a woman and you make false domestic violence accusations,
you should be arrested.
You should go to jail
for the same charges he was getting
for the
put
same
against
charges.
Him.
And I think, how is that not a law by now?
It's so tough because of the 1%. The 1% is they're gonna accuse the husband. The husband, they're gonna like ask for evidence. They're gonna go to trial, and they're gonna be like 10 jurors are gonna find her.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be instances where she did get beat. There's not enough evidence, and so now she goes to jail. That's why they're hesitant to do that.
Okay, but here's one. Kareem Hunt. I saw it in the news this week. A girl was he's sleeping, passed out. Kareem Hunt is a running back. He was a stud running back this year on Kansas City. And this week, he's sleeping in his bed, just like doing his own thing. Some girl's trying to get up in his room. Then it's like this. They got denied, I guess, by people. And then calls the cops, makes a false story that he beat her. Like, who the hell are you, broad? Who the hell are you? Why isn't she arrested? She should go to jail. I mean, no doubt about it.
No, speaking on like
I saw a 6-month stint for her.
no, like the stories of like women making those false accusations. I mean, viewers, I'm a lacrosse player. I was retired now. I don't know if I know you knew that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
No,
don't
I
know
didn't
if you
know.
knew
I
that.
watched him play.
So I've always
Very good lacrosse player.
I've always followed lacrosse a lot, and this was back early 2000s. Did you hear about the Duke
The
rape
Duke,
case?
yes.
Did you?
That's a
know,
great 30 for 30.
lies.
That's a
fantastic lies.
did you know like all the details and
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
about that?
It's depressing.
That
So
had me
sad.
so because those kids went to jail for a few years, got out, and then they weren't allowed back at Duke. They had to transferred a couple times. Finally ended up at like their third or fourth college, and their lives were never the same.
And
Never.
the coaching staff got fired. So for those who don't know, in around 2006, 2007, the Duke lacrosse team had a party where they hired 3 escorts, 3 strippers to come and dance. One went to the bathroom. So there was a, confrontation that ensued about payment because strippers didn't stay as long as the guys wanted them to. They left, and then that night, one of the strippers ends up calling the cops, claiming that 3 players on the lacrosse team, sexually harassed her / raped her in the bathroom of the party house. When in retrospect, nothing had happened.
I believe she was coked out of her mind.
Yeah, the thing is, it was more messed up about that situation. She was mentally unstable because
Yeah,
she
I
actually
heard.
ends up at the end of the documentary. You find out that she ends
She's
up commits 2nd-degree murder.
Right.
She is.
Oh,
She's a
I don't recall
sociopath,
that.
psychopath.
So she's mentally ill. What sucked is
Yeah,
that
it was her boyfriend.
No. It was I was really disappointed about the police department. They were looking to pin these kids. They were all looking. The district attorney
Because
Nifong.
everyone hates Duke lacrosse. Everyone hates Duke people, and then on top of that, lacrosse players. Like,
Yeah.
of course, they're looking.
The district attorney that was going against them was running for a term, and he needed like a big case to solidify his running and to make it seem like he should be reelected. And so he found this accusation and he ran with it. And they found false evidence. They used false timelines. They used false just witnesses. You name it. They used just total botch jobs. And they did it on purpose to get at these kids. And after around like a year and a half of like investigation, testimony, and hearing, they're like, this guy lied. He lied about everything. When they did the stand up, what's it called? Where you look at the lineup. When they do the lineup and they looked at, they had the girl identify them. They are supposed to use random people. So when she says a random person, they can identify like, oh, it really is that person. They intentionally only put up pictures of Duke lacrosse players, and they told her pick 3. So they were going to pick 3 no matter what, and she just settled on 3 of them. So there was 40 players on the team. She settled on 3 of them because she was only given 40 options. They were all lacrosse players for Duke. 3 of them were going to get screwed no matter what. Mm-hmm. And it came out, found out they were wrong, and guess how much jail time that Nifong guy did?
He got a shit ton. No, not opposite. He didn't get much at all.
He spent 24 hours, one day in prison for his actions, which is so messed up. It's deflating.
He should have been like, honest to God, 10, 20. Like, he ruined those kids' lives.
It should be at least 3 years. You ruin 3 kids'
Oh,
lives. It's
more-
at least,
more
I'm
than
saying
3 years.
I'm just saying at least 3 years, and he would have got destroyed in prison, if you know what I'm saying. Destroyed. But I don't know. It's not a great place to wrap up here, but at the same time,
We gotta do what we gotta do.
I mean, I like talking about, like, because I bet a lot of reviewers haven't heard that story. And, I mean, this podcast is educational.
yeah.
Funny, educational.
Yeah,
So-
and we got this is more of an intimate setting, more a little bit
right, we couldn't get as wild here.
Well,
I wish we
it's
could have,
kinda-
but we can't.
Thank you guys. This is nice for me, so I'm thanking you guys. Because, I mean, I'm usually, like, in Callie's house. I'm usually behind the
Yeah.
computers. I don't talk much.
We brought you into this, baby.
It's easy to open up when it's just kind of like a group setting. It's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
I do like how we put the chairs. I do like it's a little bit darker. Again, it's darker, so it feels more like I
It's
think
relaxing. It's relaxing.
Intimate was the right word, even
Whoa,
though it's going to come
whoa,
across as
yeah.
gay.
Yeah, I was about.
No, you can't
we've
go
already
that.
we've talked about we
No.
talked gay.
I'm
we
not
talked
trying
enough
to.
gay.
I know, but the thing is like.
Sego
for a dark
texted me and
setting,
Jack today.
We got
he goes,
these
he goes,
coffee
we got a
mugs.
great place to shoot you and Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he did that,
Oh.
and you could have played it. You
Whoa.
could have played it off as either a gay joke or like, oh no, Sego like has a perfect place to shoot us and like, bury us. So it was a very leading text, and it was kind of frightening, for being honest. But I don't know. I had a blast. It was a good time being the Segoviano. So shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Segoviano.
Yes, thank you
that
for having us.
Let us be in their house on this Thursday night.
Shout out Connor Glennon.
God.
You want to shout
Yeah, I can't stand that kid. Hey, Glennon, I don't like you. So, but yeah, it distracted me. But I think, yeah, signing off.
Peace.